Does the parent owe the other parent who pays child support a portion of the refund during tax time? Welcome to Soft Life, Hard Truths, where lifestyle dreams meet bank account realities. I'm your host, Tegan J. Come on in. I want you to stay. How are we feeling today? How has the week been? Has it been good? I know we're still getting into the groove of things, the swing of things, the new year. How are you feeling? Good, I hope. How has your week been? I hope it's been good. Things are still running good for me. I had an amazing weekend. Amazing weekend. Went riding bikes with my bestie, went all over the neighborhood, my little area. The furthest I've ever went, we rode for like 2 hours. She prepared this amazing dish for us. Like, it was just an amazing weekend, just full of girl time, love, care. Like, shout out to my bestie. Like, heart, love you. Amazing weekend. My week has been great. No complaints whatsoever. Yeah, I'm vibrating high. Things are good. Life is good. I have no complaints. I have no complaints. So, let's get into these topics. First topic of the day. I've been seeing a lot of back and forth on social media about the topics. It's been a debate. It's been a bumping of the heads between those with kids and those without, right? And so people feel strongly about not having kids, and then you have those that feel strongly about having kids. And so one thing that always comes up is those who don't have kids feel as though those who have kids feel as though the people that don't have kids should be much further along in life than those that do, because you have more freedom on your hands and you should have more money. What are your thoughts on that? Should a person or couple who doesn't have kids be more financially stable than those who don't? What are your thoughts? Personally, I think there are so many variables to this. There's so many variables to this. Because you could have a couple, both are making mid six figures, and they have one kid. Should they be further along in life than the couple that's both making $35,000 each? Should they be further along in life than them? Mathematically, no, they're not going to be. No, it just doesn't make sense, because their salaries combined doesn't even get you to the six-figure range. Like, doesn't make sense. And then people's hustle and drive are different, right? So let's just say we get two couples on the same level, same playing field. The variables are, I don't think the variables can ever be the same. But let's just say you have the same two couples bringing in the same amount of money. It still doesn't mean that the one without the kids should be further along. I just don't agree with that, because you don't know what people's hustles are like. You don't know what people's desires are. Some people want an easy life. Let me be able to pay my bills and live comfortably, and I'm good. You used to have some people who want the most out of life, right? They want luxury. They want the finer things in life. So, it'll never be enough for them. So I do not agree that just because you don't have kids, you should be further along in life. I just don't agree with that. Now, what I do agree with is you probably shouldn't be having kids if you can't afford them. But that's a whole nother topic. But you definitely shouldn't have them if you aren't financially stable. Because what's the point? Why would you do that? And if you see that you're not financially stable with the ones you have, why keep having them? But that's off topic. Let me know. Should a person or couple who doesn't have kids be more financially stable than those who don't? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Next topic. We're approaching tax season, right? We are approaching tax season. I know a lot of you guys don't do your taxes. Do your taxes. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, so let's talk tax refund. And let's keep it on the subject of parenting. Let's say you have two parents, one child, they're split up. One is the primary, has primary custody, the other pays child support. Does the parent owe the other parent who pays child support a portion of the refund during tax time? If that parent is paying child support, they are, involved in the child's life, they're doing what they're supposed to do, does that parent who is claiming the child, do they owe them a portion of the tax return? Because here's my thought. You can't split the tax credit, right? You can't split that. So how do you be fair about that? In my opinion, once again, this is a situation that has so many variables, because whether you get a tax refund at the end of the year is contingent upon so many things. How much have you paid in your taxes throughout the year? Have you overpaid? Have you underpaid? Do you owe from last year? And so what will really have to happen is you would have to see how much you are getting back, in particular, just because of that child. And to me, if we're splitting anything, we would have to see how much did the refund increase when the child was claimed. And even then, I just don't know. To me, maybe if the other parent is active and doing what they're supposed to do, to me, it would probably make more sense to alternate. You claim the child one year, they claim the child the other year. You guys just alternate like that instead of, splitting, giving a portion of your tax return, because it's just so much that goes into that. It's so convoluted, especially if you own a home and you have businesses and things like that. And I get you have your own business taxes and things like that, but there are some, things that you can do that you can claim on your personal taxes, like rental income and things like that. So it just depends. It just depends. I think I would opt for something like I get one year, you get the other. I wouldn't want to go in and have to figure out how much I owe this person every year. But they would most definitely have to be active and actually doing and providing for the child and doing what they're supposed to do. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. I don't have children, so I don't know. Okay, next topic. In relationships, should gifts accompany the apology? Should gifts accompany the apology? Let's just say you're in a relationship and your significant other does something that is extremely hurtful. I mean, does something like just out of pocket, so wrong. I'm talking something that's major, like just completely disrespectful. Should the apology be accompanied by a gift? And if so, should the gift match the offense? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Now, me personally, I am always going to have my hands open for a gift, okay? I'm just a girl. I am just a girl. I'm going to always want a gift. And I do believe you can never go wrong with a gift. Now, will a gift fix it every time? No. Just because you give somebody a gift does not mean they are going to go in and accept your apology. That is not what that means. But you can never go wrong with a gift. Meaning, if they were going to accept the apology, the gift would make it sweeter. See what I'm saying? And then my thing is, let's just say somebody does something to you and you're not talking to them. if you're going to start like sending gifts, you need to make sure, excuse me, you need to make sure, in my opinion, that the gifts match the offense, okay? It needs to, let's just say you cheated on your person. We're using hypotheticals here because I'm a firm believer. If somebody cheats on you, just leave. Just leave. It ain't never that deep. Just leave. There are plenty more fish in the sea. What Gucci Mane say? Mix one, next 15, another one coming. Okay, people are like buses. Get you somebody else. Okay, but hey, let's just roll with the situation. Hypotheticals, right? Let's just say your person cheats on you, and y'all are going no contact right now. You should not be sending flowers. You should not be sending a box of chocolates. You should not be sending a card. Just my thoughts, just my opinion. Cheating on somebody is huge. You're at risk of losing this person. Go big or go home. And if you can't go big, just go home. Just go home. You need to go all out. Whatever that thing was that they've been talking about that they've been wanting, go get that. Okay? Go get that. Don't come here with the 50-cent card from the Dollar Tree. Please. Don't come here with the Forever Rocher chocolates from Walmart for $8.95. No. Don't come here with the Costco roses for $25. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do believe if you're going to get a gift and it is coming with an apology, it needs to match the offense. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what you think. Should gifts accompany apologies? And should the gift match the offense? That's all I want to know. Let me know something. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Now we have, it's time for the finance column. Let's circle back. Okay. Taxes. A lot of you guys avoid taxes, and you must stop. You must be stopped. You are going to have to pay for your crimes. Do your taxes. Do your back taxes too. What is going on? Your taxes, man. Pay your taxes. First things first. Educate yourself on the tax process, right? Educate yourself on what taxes are. What are the tax rates? What are the tax deductions? What do you qualify for? What can you write off? Like, educate yourself. And get with a tax professional. And I'm not talking about Lysandra that do hair, but during tax season, she pop up on the flyer with her arms folded saying she can get you back 25 grand from your retirement. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about get with a CPA. Get with someone who's licensed. That's what you need to do. Get with someone who can educate you. Not just punch your numbers into a tool and then tell you, boom, here's your return. Because that is what a lot of people do. The companies like H&R Block, a lot of those are not tax professionals. Those are people that they hire off the street and they teach them how to punch those numbers into the tool, and then boom, they spit you out a number. They teach them a little thing about the forms because you have different schedule forms that you submit for your taxes, and then boom, they tell you, okay, hey, this is your return, this is what you're getting back. No. Get with somebody that can educate you. And if you don't want to pay for that, get online and Google it like you Google everything else. YouTube University. Learn about it. Educate yourself. I get that it is very convoluted and it can be intimidating, but educate yourself on the process so you can be prepared. Like, dodging your taxes is not going to benefit you in the long run. I get it. You don't like the state of the economy. You don't agree with a lot of things going on in the government. I understand. But pay the taxes, man. Get your taxes. Get it together. Because it's going to come back to bite you in the long run. And then once you get caught up with your taxes, get you a tax plan, a tax strategy, so that the following year you're not in a position where you're owing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Get ahead of the game. Get you a strategy going. We got to get ahead of this. Don't let it intimidate you. Don't be afraid. Like, you got this. Come on. We got to get out of the mindset of being afraid of dealing with our taxes. We got to. We must. We must. That is the financial advice for today. Okay? Take it from me. Okay? Okay. All right. Now it's time for the hard truth of the week. You may not be responsible for your trauma, but you are responsible for your healing. You may not be responsible for your trauma, but you are responsible for your healing. Let's talk about it. Have you ever met somebody who's like a perpetual victim? Somebody's always doing them wrong. Oh my God, they're just, woe is me. You ever met somebody like that? Or you ever met somebody that just can't progress in life? Like they always talking about how they was done wrong, and just, life's just been so hard, and they just, they just can't get past it. I think we all know somebody like that. Or maybe you're the somebody like that. Here's some tough love, right? Know when you was growing up, you did not say, you were not the reason you were abused, neglected, mistreated, mishandled, bullied, lived in poverty, ganged up on. No, that is not your fault. It's not. And it is unfortunate that you had to go through those things. It is very unfortunate that you had to deal with that. I am very sorry that you had to go through those things, that you had to be talked about, mistreated. You went through church hurt. You went through your parents being your first bully. You were assaulted by your uncles and your aunts. I am sorry that you went through those things. Very sorry that you went. It is unfortunate. But now in adulthood, we cannot let that trauma be our story, right? We are responsible for the healing. We cannot let that be our story. If you know that you went through something in your childhood or in your past, or whenever it may happen, you are responsible for healing from that. You are equipped with the tools and the knowledge to go get the help that you need. Therapy, journaling, community. Like, there are tons of things that you can do to start your healing process. If you don't even know where to start, if you can't afford therapy, there are community there. There are forums out there for everything that everybody has been through. Whether you have been sexually abused, you've been physically abused, whether you've been bullied, whether you're dealing with your sexuality, whether you're dealing with your identity, whether it's racial, like whatever, you grew up in poverty, you were bullied, you were part of the gang, whatever it may be, it is, somebody's been through it. And there's a community out there talking about what they have been through. And there are people out there that are wanting to help you heal from this. Go find your community. Get your healing. Because nobody's going to hold your hand. Nobody's going to wipe your tears. And nobody's going to look at you as a victim. And I know that it hurts to hear that. And I know it sounds rough and tough, but it's the truth. We have to heal. We have to heal from our trauma. It sucks. I get it. It sucks. It's a cold world. The world is not going to be kind to you. It's not kind to anyone. But be kind to yourself. Love yourself enough to go get what you need so you can be the better you. That is the hard truth of the week. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. But we have come to the time. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. Thank you for joining me. Please take a moment to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this with somebody that you think will benefit or enjoy the podcast. I want to personally thank you because you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you decided to be here with me, and I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. One of my personal goals this year is to grow. Is to grow, and I'm going to be very intentional about that. And I need your help in order to do that. So please share this with someone. Give me some feedback. Drop the feedback in the comments. You can DM me, email us, whatever it may be. I'm open. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again for watching. And so it is time for us to toast up like we always do. I hope you guys like the new glass. All right. Here's the softer living and truths that set you free.